Alright, guys, I'm here with Grayson Goodrich. I got some questions for him.
Alrighty, good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So, tell us about your first release.
So my first release is going to be Dixie the Blues. It came out November 3rd. It was a song I wrote when I was about 12 years old. And got a piece of paper, and that song just came out I wrote that song in less than 5 minutes. And it's one of my favorite lines I wrote that's not in the song is, I've been laid up here with Dixie on my mind, so I'm going to take a ride down through the pines. I got to get her memory out of my mind. And those words are in there, but they're not in the same order. I don't think they really like that together, but that was one of my proudest lines I wrote.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, thank you.
Well, is it your favorite song you got, or you got others?
It's one of my favorite lines I've ever wrote in a song. And the musicians that played on it was just amazing. I definitely didn't think it was going to sound that good. And when Danny sent me the song, I was like, wow. You know, hey, there's 0 rookies on this record.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it all came about.
Well, I know you got more than just Dixie and the Blues. Is it your favorite song you got? Or?
You know, I've wrote so many songs, and it's hard to choose. Like, after Dixie the Blues, it's just like, what else am I going to come up with? But I got so many songs to choose from, and it's hard to narrow down.
Yeah. So what's your show schedule looking like for next year?
Well, we usually start off in about March, me and my crew, and we start planning. You know, I don't do shit during hunting season. Hey, that schedule stays open. So we close in about October, and that's going to be our last show of the year, and then it's all hunting season from then. And the cold months, we really don't have good turnouts. But we start about March doing shows. We don't have any plans yet, but there will be planned. There will be out. Just Call Me Gray is the tour name.
I like that. So what's the set list look like?
Well, you know, I was just talking about that the other day with some of my crew, and I said, should we open up with Are You Ready for the Country? Because, you know, I've been doing that for 2 years now. And they said, well, you know, it's not bad to switch it up. So instead of Are You Ready for the Country, we're going to put Whiskey River in there. And it's a complete different set list. And they said that, my crew said, oh, yeah, they're going to like this set list. Because it's completely different. You know, I did the same one. I usually pick a set list and stick with it for the whole year. But they said, oh, they're going to like this one. They're going to be surprised.
Yeah. So if you could sing one song every concert, what would it be?
One song, if I could sing one song every concert?
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I'll rephrase your question for you. A song that I never go a show without singing is Country Boy Can Survive, because it just fits there, and Born to Boogie. Those are probably my two songs that'll never leave the set. Because hey, those are 2 songs that really describe me and fit me really well. And I'm a little. It was really hard for me to take Are You Ready for the Country out, because, you know, they know when they come to see me in concert, that's going to be the opening song. They know.
So what's your favorite song to perform live?
My favorite song to perform live has always been Texas When I Die with the Cedar. Whoa, little malfunction there. But has always been Texas When I Die with the Cedar Creek Band. It's a Tanya Tucker song, my favorite song by her. I always enjoy playing that, and Family Tradition. So Family Tradition and Texas When I Die. And, you know, we took Texas out of the set this year. But, you know, change is good. Change is good.
So if I were to, go to one of your shows, what should I expect to see that, could you explain to me what your shows look like?
I'll tell you, right, you're going to have the diehard fans that are at every show. And let me tell you, those are the ones that have been seeing me since, you know, I first kind of started this thing. And you're going to expect a real show. You know, I think even my mom, she gets nervous sometimes because, oh gosh, what's he going to say? You know, because nowadays you got to watch what you say. You know, one thing can be offensive and you offend the whole world, and they look at you and they view you that way. But I really don't care what other people think, and I think that's why I've been successful so far. Because if I had stopped and paid attention to everybody that put me down, oh, he'll never get in the studio, he'll never be nothing, people won't come to his shows. Well, you know, they're so wrong. They're so wrong to that. So, yeah, that's kind of how I view it.
Oh yeah. So let's get a little bit off track here. Let's good choose the top 5 heroes. Who would it be?
Top 5 heroes. Well, number 1 is Tanya Tucker, as a lot of people would know. Number 2 is Hank Williams Jr. And number 3 is Charlie Pride. And I've always said Tanya, Hank, and Pride. Those have always been my 3 heroes that I've looked up to the most. Fortunately, Charlie Pride, we lost him in 2020. And that was hard to process. It really was. But, you know, Hank still doing shows. Tanya's still doing shows. Just had a new record out. It's amazing. And I've been so lucky to claim, you know, I'm a friend of Tanya's. It's really been an honor and a privilege.
So do you have any future collabs with anyone?
But hold up, I want to go back to that question because you said top 5. So
okay.
The 4th one will be Connie Smith, and the 5th one would probably be David Allen Coe.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you got any future collabs set with anybody?
You know, I've asked that a lot, and we've talked about it. Me and country music singer Danny Kinsey, we have talked about it. You know, hey, let's do something. Let's do a collab. You know, with me, him. I pitched this idea. Me, him, and country music singer Barefoot Joe doing Family Tradition. I just think it'd be fun to do. But I would love, my favorite song by Danny Kinsey is, he recorded a song, Jesus and Me. And when I first listened to that song, I said, wow, you know, hey, that's kind of me right there. And we've sang that several times live together. And I say, hey, you know, we've done it live so many times, let's take it to the studio.
So what's your relationship like with Danny?
Oh, Danny's been great to me. We first met at, we did a show opening up for Country Music Legends Confederate Railroad. I was one of the opening acts. And I go on, you know, to take my stage. And then, you know, him and the Cedar Creek Band, they just start backing me up. And it all just kind of eased on. It was a great performance. I've been very lucky to have Danny in my life. I'm so glad that, you know, we didn't just view each other as opening acts. Like, we kind of hit it off really, really good the first time we met. So we kind of locked in there. We always stayed in touch. And then we did it a second time, and then we did it a third time. So it kind of became a tradition for us to be the opening acts of Confederate Railroad when they come to the winery, Wind Vineyards. But I'd say my relation with him, me and Danny, have gotten really close. Danny's a great friend of mine. And none of this would have been possible without Danny Kinsey, you know. The Dixie Hill, there would be no Dixie Hill Blues out on all streaming platforms if it wasn't for Danny Kinsey. So I tell everybody, yeah, check out Dixie Hill Blues, but also give Danny Kinsey a check out on all streaming platforms. His stuff's everywhere.
So you think you'll have a collab with him sometime?
I hope so. You know, he's over there, I'm over here. We stay busy. I'm doing shows, he's doing shows. So when we can meet up for a show, it's rare, but it's a blast every time.
So do you have any favorite concerts to watch live? Or?
My favorite concerts to watch live, I got 3 of them. Alabama. The Alabama band, there's nothing, I've seen them like 6 times. There's nothing better than going to one of their shows. Hank Williams Jr., which a lot of people put his shows down. I love his shows. And of course, I always love seeing my hero, Tanya Tucker. And that's probably, those are 3 good ones.
So who's your favorite singer of all time? Do you have one?
Well, that's a real easy one with Tanya Mother Tucker right there. So hey, that's an easy one.
So do you plan on having a full album out anytime soon? Or?
You know that I'm gonna be straight up with you because that's how we're gonna do it. It's all depends on how me and the crew are financially. That's just how it is. And I would be amazing to have a full album out around this time next year. So that's kind of my goal I'm looking at. But I can't promise nothing.
So what's the dream collab? If you had to choose one person to collab with, who would it be?
It would be, well, I got kind of two. Number one would be me and Tanya Tucker singing Texas When I Die. That'd be the first one. The second one, I'd like to get in the studio with Danny Shirley and sing She Never Cried. So those are my two favorite collabs that I would, not favorite, but dream.
So what country singer do you think do you get along with the most?
What country singer that I would get along most with?
You think you would?
Hell, me and Tanya already get along, but I feel like me and Hank Williams Jr. would hit it off pretty good. I love the Civil War. He loves the Civil War. I love country music. He loves country music. I love blues. He loves blues. And we view things the same.
So, what's your top 3 favorite songs of all time?
My top 3 favorite songs of all time. And number 1 will have to be Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. That's always been my favorite. Number 2, Texas When I Die. Which, I've said in the past that was my favorite. But I view these songs as all evens. I don't say, okay, well, this one's going in first place because it's better. These are my 3 songs. They're all on the same level. And the last one, that's a hard one. I'm gonna come back to that question. Come back to that.
So I know you got a song called My Girl, and
yes.
It's not released yet. You know when it's coming out?
Yes, My Girl is coming out. The plan is February.
Okay. Could you give us a little sneak peek of it?
Of course. I just gotta get my microphone set up here. And if you hand me that guitar right off the wall there, I can play a little bit for you. Alright, only if I can remember the chords and the words. Alright. First one to reach out a hand when I fall, Lord knows there's been times that I can't do it all, but you're right there beside me. Through the good and bad, you got my back. And that's when it goes, you're my pretty passenger princess, riding these back roads, lying here in the bed of my truck, watching the sun go down. And like you said, I'm a wreck. I told you I probably wouldn't remember the chords. But yeah, My Girl's coming out. It's another song I wrote. And funny story on that. I was thinking to myself here recently, I said, who did I write that about? Because all the time, most of the time, every song, I have something in mind, and I had a girl in mind when I wrote that. And I thought to myself, who was it about? So I tracked down the time frame, and it was about my current girlfriend I'm with. We used to date before, but now we're together now. And it's so interesting. It amazes me how life comes full circle. It wasn't going to work out then, but now it's working out just fine now. So I love how life works full circle like that.
So when you post stuff, it's not going to be everyone happy. There's always the haters out there. Do you have a message for any of them?
Oh yeah, like I do at every show. At the end of every show, if you don't like Danny Kinsey, if you don't like Johnny Cash, but if you don't like Grayson Goodrich, you can all kiss our ass. I close out with my show if you don't like Hank Williams. So yeah, that's my message to him. Yeah.
So if you got given free tickets to any band or concert, where would you not go? Who would you not go see?
If I had free tickets to an artist, but I wouldn't go see them, is that what you're saying? Oh, that's an easy one. The Dixie Chicks. Nah, I don't. No, we don't mess around with them. No.
I got you.
No.
So you were telling.
I'm pro Toby Keith. Continue.
So you know Tanya Tucker.
Oh yeah. She's been a friend of mine.
So would you consider her like a hero?
Oh yes, definitely. Number one.
Yeah. Why is that? Do you have any specific reasons?
You know, I was on the couch watching the CMA Awards one night, and they was doing the country music medley to honor the ones and all that. But when Tanya came out, I said, and that's my song, and that's my woman right there. And yeah, I've been a fan, diehard fan, ever since.
So can you tell us what it was like being around Country Legends Confederate Railroad?
You know, it's kind of like you had to be there to know what's going on. But, you know, there were stories about David Allen Coe, you know, because they used to work with him. And all kinds of stories. And I cherish those moments when I'm hanging out with Danny Shirley, you know. And there's sometimes he brought me on the bus one time. We're just picking our guitars, you know, just coming up random shit. Other songs that they've recorded, and I pitched them a song. And this boosted my confidence on songwriting, because I was never much of a songwriter. I wrote Dixie Hill Blues when I was 12, and I just said, okay, I wrote that song. But it wasn't until 2022, when I opened up for Confederate Railroad, I pitched the song to them, because I said, I'm going to pitch these guys a song. Because, I mean, I've always loved them. And he said, yeah, you know, we ain't getting back in the studio. That ain't happening. Danny Shirley told me that if I was pitched that song in the 90s, I'd probably record it. It's not a bad song at all.
So would you say you're more of a mama's boy or a dad's boy?
Man, these questions are just complete.
Bit,
Hell's hanging out with Confederate Railroad. By the way, are you a mama or a daddy's boy? I like to consider myself my own damn person, but I got characteristics of both.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, I got a song that I wrote. I'm too much like my daddy, not enough like my mama. And that's going to be one of the ones I record right there. I got some pretty crispy songs that will be on my first record.
Yeah. So what's your favorite song to close our show with?
Oh, If You Don't Like Hank Williams. That's just a good show closing. If you don't like Hank Williams, we can kiss our ass. You know, everybody, the crowd loves it. And, you know, I walk out, confetti goes everywhere. You know, my show closer for so long has been Delta Dawn. But I said, you know, I'm going to do a family tradition for a change. Well, if you don't like Hank Williams.
So yeah, I know you got Dixie Hill Blues and everyone's liking that. I haven't seen no hate towards it.
Well, you know, and like I said, when you asked me what was my message to the critics, I make it very clear at the end of every show, and I will next year too, for sure.
Yeah, well, I like it. Everyone else does.
Well, thank you. And like I said, the more and more I listen to it, I'm like, you know, that really isn't a bad song. Because, you know, I used to hate listening to myself, but, you know, that's not a bad song right there.
I know you said earlier something about not doing many winter shows. You plan on doing anything for Christmas time?
No. No, I don't. I'd like to sometime, you know. Jingle bells, jingle, you know, something like that maybe. But no, because if I get a free weekend during the wintertime, I'm going to spend it in the woods. That's just kind of how I view it.
Yeah, well, I know you win some and you lose some. You got any thoughts on Sears losing the election?
I'll tell you, put it to a nutshell. I know I was one of her big supporters. I don't really give a damn about politics anymore. You know, it was this tour that, you know, we did some shows. I promoted it a lot, but I don't really care anymore about the president, the governor, or anything like that. I don't care. I'm focused on a great song that just came out, Dixie Hill Blues. So I really don't care about it. You won't hear much political talk on this next tour we're doing.
I got you. So are you willing to support the other candidates?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I'm like I said, I'm just throwing it away. I'm not losing my pride. I'm not losing my beliefs. It's kind of like there's no point anymore.
Yeah, well, can you tell us where the Masked Bandit and Big Country came from?
Yes, I can tell you exactly where it came from. So Big Country has always been a name since I've been in school by a friend of mine, Adam Mace. He just started calling me Big Country, and then everybody started calling me Big Country. People that I didn't even know said, "Oh, that's Big Country," And then Brad Paisley gave me the name the Masked Bandit because I was sick and I went to his concert because I wasn't missing it, and I had a mask on, and that's what he named me right there. He gave me his guitar. That was a very special moment right there. But yeah, that's exactly where it came from.
So when you were a child, did you grow up around music, and it's something that you gained interest in when you were growing up, or what made you gain interest in music?
See, what I'm about to tell you sounds like an old country song right here, because I was in the attic and I found a guitar that was all dusted up, filled with cobwebs, and I cleaned it off, and I started playing it, and didn't know what I was doing at all. But I've always loved music, and you can ask anybody, I've always loved music.
Yeah, well, it's good. I mean, you're definitely getting there. You're good at it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're waiting for this My Girl to come out soon.
Yes, in February.
February, can't wait. Well, I think that wraps up the rest of my questions here.
All right. I know you mentioned something earlier. You said you had a trivia game for me or something?
Trivia game, yeah, that's right.
I don't know what kind of trivia we're doing.
So let's we'll play the game either or. You know how to play it?
Play the game what?
Either or.
Either or.
Yeah, I tell you a name. I can take two different games. You gotta choose one or the other, alright?
One or the other, alright.
Alright, so I got George Strait or Hank Jr.
Oh, Hank Jr.
Hank Jr.?
Oh, for sure.
What about Luke Bryan or Morgan Wallen?
Can I say neither?
Yes.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Luke Bryan on that one.
What about Luke Holmes or Thomas Smith?
Luke Holmes, for sure.
Luke Holmes?
Yeah.
What about the Oak Ridge Boys or Alabama?
That's a really hard one, but I'd probably say Alabama. Trust me, I love Y'all Come Back Saloon and Elvira just as much as I love mountain music and Dixieland Delight, but I'm going with Alabama. I've seen them the most. They're one of my favorites.
David Allen or Hank Jr.?
I would say Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams
He's
Jr.?
kind of like I said, second hero. He's the man.
Alright, so then this interview game, what would you consider a good day?
What would I consider a good day? I kind of just like to be in the woods. I look forward to hunting season. In the summer, I like to do me some fishing. And that's kind of just how springtime, I go during spring gobbler, and hunting and fishing, man, I guess that's just a typical country lifestyle. And yeah, that's kind of how, to be with my woman, that would be a good day right there.
Your woman?
Through hunting season and fishing.
What do you like most about your girlfriend? Your woman?
And she's supported me at low times when, I was like, she gone, but no, she stuck with me through everything. And, like I said, we've known each other for years, and she just never really left. That's what I know. Big supporter about Dixie Hill Blues, too.
What did you want to talk about your relationship overall in general?
Oh, well, yeah, it's great. it's great. I ain't, we get along really good.
That's good. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, she's my 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
My better half. Well, I mean, come on, what the hell else you want me to say? Oh, God.
Well, that's all I got for you.
All right, well, thank you so much. I'm glad, and let me tell you what, I'm glad this wasn't a Joe Rogan interview or an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, I like to keep it short, sweet.
I do, too. Exactly, to the point. That's exactly
yeah.
where I am.
Yes, sir.
With that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Stream Dixie Hill Blues wherever you listen to music. It's also on YouTube if you just want to give it a like and subscribe. Danny Kinsey and Barefoot Joe, Go follow all of their pages and stream all of their songs. And, hey, that's just how we do it. And looking forward to performing Dixie Hill the Blues live on the set of shows. And also My Girl. I'll have it more together. All right, we're out.